Hello and a big welcome back to all my subscribers. Well, today I'm going to go back into some Risc-v programming, assembly programming again. But I wanted to talk about a competition that happens annually called the Advent of Code. Now, I don't know if you're aware of Advent calendars. They're basically countdowns to Christmas where you sort of typically you get a little box and you open a little window and every day you take out a little chocolate treat until you get to Christmas Day. Now, there is an advent of code which gives you little puzzles every day up till Christmas to solve in whatever programming language you'd like. So let me show you that. I'm on the page for day one, and it gives you the puzzle, and you can get 50 stars by December 25th. So you collect the stars by solving puzzles. 2 puzzles are available every day. So you do the first puzzle and then you do the second one. Typically, in most programming languages, these shouldn't take you too long. But I'm using this to help me with my Risc-v processing journey, and it's taken me a lot longer than it should have done. So the first exercise here is basically, it gives you a data dump. This is an example. And you count up the characters, the digits, like a 1 and a 2. And that becomes 12. And then a 3 and an 8 become 38, etc. And then it asks you to find out what is the sum of all the values. So I found the answer, which is fine. It got me 1 gold coin, and then it's moved on to part 2, which is it wants you to now get the letters TWO and turn that into 2, and 9, so 29 instead of just looking for the integer values in the string. So that is my next step, but before I go to that, I wanted to show you what I did. Again, it's just a regular makefile. I've tried to change this so that people could see what I'm writing. Same flags as normal. It's just a basic makefile. Takes the files in the source directory and builds them into the target. I can show you the first part of the data file that I was given. And if I run my program on it, it gives me this result. So, how does it actually work? Now for this one, everything is in main. There is nothing put out anywhere else. There is a lot of print statements here, but I was mostly using those for troubleshooting. The only one that is actually used at the end is this one, which is just to print the final digit. But it does C calls to open the file. So it needs to know the mode that it's opening the file in, the name of the file. I was using this for sort of diagnostic sort of things, like find the length of the string to make sure it was getting the right line, and then printing a blank new line character, that sort of thing. But basically it is very straightforward. I give myself a lot of room in the stack, align the stack pointer, and then I give myself 4 variables in the stack to basically hold values like the integer values as I come across them, as well as the sum of the integers in order to print that at the end. So it opens up the file, moves the pointer that you get back onto the stack, and then jumps to file open. File open allocates memory for the string reads and things, and then it reads lines. So it allocates memory for the returns. Very straightforward here, and then it gets the line, but it just calls the C library getLine function. Loads that in, and then jumps to print line length. I commented all this out mostly because I don't actually print the line when I was initially troubleshooting it. However, I did do that, but as you can see, it's commented out, as well as commenting out the print line, so printing the actual line itself when I was troubleshooting. I've left it all in there except for the call to print. Show integers is where the bulk of the magic happens. It's basically looping through each line, setting up the loop counter, incrementing the loop counter for the string, and it loads the value of the character into A6, and then it checks to see if it's a null string. If it is, go ahead and get a new line. Get a new line. But first it jumps to sum print, which is basically where it's summarizing it. So if it's gone through all these integers and it's found the last one, then it jumps to the print statement where it sums up the integers it's found with the previous integers that it's found, and if that's the last of it, then it prints out at the end. Otherwise, it checks whether it's between 0 and 9 in ASCII, and if it is, it converts that character to a number by subtracting 46 from the ASCII value, 48 rather, from the ASCII value. Then it sets the first digit. If this is the first digit, or if it's the if it's the first number that it's encountered, or if it's the first character it's encountered, then it sets the temporary value to that. Otherwise, it drops through into the last digit, so it puts the last digit into T3, and it keeps doing that every time it gets the last digit, because we're only looking for the first integer and the last integer. And then the sum print basically takes the value in T5, multiplies it by 10, so that it moves it into the tens place, and then it adds what's in T3, which is the ones place, which is the last digit, to that. So that would give us, for example, if there was a 2 in T5 and a 3 in T3, then it would give us 23. Then it allocates space, stores it, pulls down whatever the previous number was, and then adds this new value to the previous sum, and then stores the sum again, and then prints that out. Well, it used to print every line out, but I've commented that out now, so that it only prints the last line. When it exits the program, it will basically give you the sum total of all of the integers that it's found. Now, this is in theory a rather straightforward and easy program. However, this rather straightforward and easy program has taken me absolutely ages to get working. And in fact, it has taken me 12 days. If I did this in C, it probably would have taken me about 12 minutes. But but I've run into significant issues and problems and loads of troubleshooting. So I'm not very good at Risc-v processing in assembler or programming in assembler. But this is what these exercises are for, and it's to help you get better at it. So at the rate I'm going, the advent calendar for Christmas will probably take me well into Christmas of next year at this rate. So given that the first part of the first puzzle on the first day has taken me 12 days, if the second part takes me another 12 days, you know, I will have literally spent the entire advent calendar time on the puzzles for the very first day. But you know, sometimes that's how it goes, and obviously as I get better at it and I, you know, get more used to programming in this version of assembler, it should get easier for me. Please, if you like these sort of videos, like and subscribe and all that stuff, and have a look at my books. I am a publisher. Have a look at my books on my website, xgipublishing.com, and if you like them, please buy a book. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. See you soon.